Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm Carol B. Han. Occasionally, the other name gets inserted. You'd certainly see it in the YouTube channel that you might have gone through to come to this video, and certainly in many other things. But tonight, we'll just make it Carol B. Han welcoming you here. So glad for your joining us for a pretty special new moon, the Aries new moon, and it is March the 21st, 2023. And I would be surprised if you weren't mightily aware that we have also had woven into this new moon energy the Spring Equinox. So it's quite the special several days. And a quick note, while it's on my mind to include the information, there is actually another quite wonderful event that's happening tomorrow that you are possibly not as fully aware if knowing much about it at all, but it is World Water Day. That is an annual observation and celebration organized by and through the United Nations. And I will be making I thought for a while of trying to fit it into what we're doing here together for the Aries new moon and equinox, but it simply seemed a little bit too much to accomplish all in one fell swoop. So I will be recording just on my own and posting it as a likely not, it won't be, the focus will be on water, celebrating water and its healing and how it is that we can celebrate its part in our lives and look for it then along with, it'll have a name that will indicate to you, Ceremony for World Water Day. I imagine that's what it is. Haven't quite settled on the full name of that, but it will be there. So again, we have here live and in the studio, so to speak, as it used to be said, certainly in the Zoom studio, a wonderful group of people gathered to help celebrate and focus on and draw out from these beautiful energies, pretty big ones to say the least, of the Aries new moon and of the equinox, to help me send this out to the wider world through this amazing technology of Zoom. If this is the very first video you would have ever seen about this, and on occasion I need to stop my video because it does a little dance, which is happening now and again through some of the connections we have with the internet. My voice will hopefully continue for the duration. So here we are enjoying this opportunity to, and I think I'm back in a more settled situation again at this point. But on the mentioning to you, and again, if it's the very first of the new moon videos you've come to, you might see on the channel list that there have been the other two new moons of 2023 that we have enjoyed gathering, talking about, giving you some ideas of what it is you might draw for yourself from the energies of each successive new moon. Grandmother Moon has a pretty steady cycle of 28.5 days. When she comes around again and does an incredibly powerful and beautiful dance with Grandfather Sun on the day of the new moon. That's certainly what was true today. Here at the the very end of winter and the beginning of spring, and those of us in the Northeast, including me, are still coming out of what was our biggest bit of snow for the whole of the season with a nor'easter, who I understand was named Sage. So Sage has left about 4 inches on the other side of this window that I'm gesturing toward. But today's 50 degrees and hopefully tomorrow and the new moon and the beautiful bright sun are going to quietly let the snow melt into the earth and contribute that beautiful water crystallined by the sun and the new moon's energy today. So on we go. For those of you who have subscribed to these videos, I want to thank you so much, because every subscription, every comment, every simple, after seeing a video, hitting that little, whatever it is, that thumbs up, thumbs down, hopefully it's always a thumbs up that you liked the video. This, what comes through in these videos to be shared and helping you and others, simply the algorithms or logarithms, which is it? I think it's algorithms. It reaches more people, so it helps more people to find this channel. And like anything else in spiritual energy, if it resonates with you, take that message that does impact you that way. If it doesn't resonate with you, just go on to what does. There's so much out there that is available. And time to time, the last thing I would say quick about the subscription, if you would like to receive notifications that the Zoom live gatherings are happening, and certainly that the videos are about ready to be posted, if you want to send me your email address, I'll put you on the mailing list. It would just all, what is the word I'm looking for here? Make the process all the smoother for you to be a part of it. So here we are, and I so appreciate your involvement with this and passing it on and heightening its impact to those who are possibly seeking this information for themselves. You will see, or if you've been watching or been part of the previous new moons beginning in January, February, we're here in March. Our focus, in addition to celebrating the energy of that particular new moon, is we are learning more about our roots that connect us to our beautiful earth home, to Mother Earth. So there was, in particular, in last month's video, a practice presented to help you know more about them and to energetically connect more deeply with them. We live in a time that is fairly wild, and I don't have to elaborate on that at all. And finding a way for ourselves to be anchored and be grounded is of incredible help. Self-care, self-nurturing. So that is part of what we're up to this year of 2023 with the new moon gatherings and meditations. You will see, I think, that I have a candle that is lit here, and anytime when you do ceremony or be a part of something like this, having a candle nearby just sanctifies and helps to embellish and enhance the energies that are being made available through these gatherings. I've had many years of being able to be a part of groups that have done, in particular, meditations around the sacred earth days of the year, the solstices, the equinoxes, some that are a little lesser known, that are the cross-quarter days, and some of those will be coming up as well. But it was with last year, and especially this year, I began to want to share, and of course, we haven't been able to share directly until more recently, the opportunity to gather with one another in circle. It's a virtual one, of course, that we have here, but nonetheless one that offers, as it can do, it's within the spirit connection that we share with our energies. So what we have for ourselves to enjoy tonight is to know a little bit more about what it is that equinox is. Many of you might be more than familiar, but I want to show to you, let me do a quick, and this one will be just a quick share, but I love this image. If you follow me on Facebook, especially the Avalon page, here is the symbology presented for the Aries. We've just moved out of Pisces because when the equinox happened, we're into the beginning of Aries. Aries and of course, with the Pisces connected with water and Aries with fire. I bet you anything you knew at least the Aries are the fiery people, and well, yours truly certainly is part of that tribe. But here they are linked together in this transitional time of one moving into another sign. So that is part of the energy that's happening that always takes place on the equinox. So, and on Facebook, you will find a couple pages that I offer of this work. And one is connected with Avalon, answering Avalon's call. I will put that link in the notes. The notes, if you're unfamiliar with them, are always below the video. So you go down below where that the video is played or is playing, and you'll see there are notes. Many people, when they do these videos, give further information, some links, whatever it is, to further explain and help you enjoy more of what's being offered. But here we are tonight with this particular focus. There's always a meditation that's a part of this, and we'll certainly be doing that. I'd like to give a little bit more time tonight than is sometimes the case. We'll find out how that goes once I get into this with the flow of it. It just becomes whatever it becomes. What I'd like to show you up here, and I will only bring over one. These are a set of cards. If you've watched other videos, you will see that I often show the guidance cards I've drawn from a tarot deck, usually the one connected with Glastonbury. So last week, as I was beginning to frame what it is we would be talking about tonight and celebrating, I did a card draw, and it's always quite exciting because it completely affirms what it is I'm still doing with these videos and why it is I'm offering them. And the guidance is always present. Maybe not every month, it might be a little less clear, but boy, it couldn't have been clearer. Without bringing them over to you, I want to tell you that the first card I drew was the Tower card, which means big change. Now, that is the case when we have the equinoxes, but the big changes happening around the world are even more reflected in this card. The second card, and I'll bring it quick over to show you, it describes how these solstices and equinoxes are portal days. Let's see. Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. This is the gateway. That is the Two of Staffs. Don't worry about what it means about staffs. I think they represent swords in a more traditional deck. The portal that is the gateway of this equinox. So we have a fiery card of the Tower. We have the staffs, but the last one is the Strength card. So no matter how indicating that, of course, well, assuring us that we have the strength to find our way to go through this portal into the next part of the year. And Aries is in the astrological cycle of the year, the wheel. It is the beginning. It is the new year, year of the rabbit. We're at that point where the astrology once more begins. The Fool is connected with the beginning of the astrological new year. And we have strength with which we can, well, there I am shaking at you again. Now that I see it, let me quick turn myself off and offer you one more slide. I think if I get up to the side there, you will see a little bit less of that. So those cards affirm what we're up to. It is more than synchronicity. It is that we are on a path, and many of us have begun to have a sense of the community of people who are traveling through this year together. 2023 is such a huge year of ascension for the earth and our transformation as we ascend with Mother Earth. Quite something, this journey that we're on. All of us signed up to be here, as my teacher, Jean Houston, told us long ago when I did some work with her. Oh, I haven't turned myself back on, have I? Well, it doesn't really matter. I don't think you need to see me necessarily. I'd like to, before we do the meditation, share this beautiful card with you and some of the background. Again, an oracle deck that I have that helps give me guidance as I am journeying on this path in company with many of you in these meditations and going along together, kindred spirits, earth pilgrims. Spring Equinox, a beautiful card, and the artist is Helena Nelson-Reed. Her name will be in the notes, and you might enjoy looking her up. She does just beautiful artwork. Oh, I see when my video gets turned back on. Okay. I learn something new about Zoom every time. All right, here we go. Oh, there we go. So I might turn up again in the corner, who knows? Sometimes it surprises me when I watch the video again. This is an oracle deck that is called Earth Magic. I should probably put its details in the notes as well. This card, reading from the notes in this booklet, this card features a rendition of Ostara, sometimes spelled like Easter, so I'll just put it that way. This is a Germanic goddess of spring. Ostara is also a Northern European name for Astarte, a name you might have heard, a very ancient goddess name, which means, new information for me, Astarte means womb, W-O-M-B. It is another name for Venus, the goddess of love, passion, and creativity. Here is the message that, as this card was developed by Stephen Farmer's deck, and here is its particular message, not just the kind of background details. Wait till you hear this. So think of it as literally coming directly to you. You thought this passage you have been through would never end. Just as certain that the light of the world fades every few months, it makes its return and the earth rejoices. The fresh breath of spring sweeps away the cobwebs acquired from the absence of the light. The light is now obviously increasing as nature begins to emerge in all her many forms, shapes, and colors that remind us of the continual cycles of Earth Mother, of our Mother Earth. This cycle of rebirth you are experiencing follows a considerably challenging time. And I'm guessing my side comment that we all would sort of get what is being referenced here about the year 2023. Having just experienced a particularly challenging time. Any tears, so back to the message, any tears you may have shed have cleared the way for what has been gestating, which is now ripe and ready to emerge. Finally, that which no longer serves you or your needs should be put aside to rest, or altogether just released into the flow that you are moving beyond. Be in the flow of this, and I'm weaving in a few of my own words here as well, so that the newness of spirit and the gifts awaiting you can make themselves known to you. Oh, I should include this. Sometimes birth can be painful, particularly in that passage just before delivery. Yet what emerges can be fresh and beautiful. Be with the emergence of this next cycle with faith and grace. I'm in gratitude to Stephen Farmer and Helena Nelson-Reed for bringing this to our attention in image and words. We're going to move into a quiet meditation. And again, if it's new to you, certainly other than the words to bring us into centering and grounding, a time of quiet. Think of it as timeless in its duration. Certainly if you're watching this as a video, the advantage is if it ends sooner, if I call you back sooner than you are ready for, you can always just pause it until you have reached what is the right conclusion of the meditation time of your own. So that's always an advantage. I'm going to present, oh, there was one more thing. I've talked about the candle, but remembering to also say, when we reach these portal points, these new moons with their depth of energy, bringing us to a place of reflection and quiet, and in this case, an incredible time of rebirth, it is recommended that you have handy to wherever it is you are sitting with this tonight, or wherever it is that you are, if it's not March 21st, and there's not a big crowd on hand, but it's a lively one, and always lovely. But joining our circle as you would be doing through the recording, have near at hand for any messages or reflections, something to write on, a notebook, or whatever it might be. When we come out of meditations, especially if we've gone into them with seeking of some sort, other than just the peace and quiet of the time together. It prompts the deeper part of our knowledge and our ancient wisdom to impart to us a knowing and a learning. Keeping track of that as you continue on your spiritual journey. And again, I joke, kind of lightly said, and it's not joking, that we are all here in the year 2023. And there isn't anybody who watches these videos or hasn't been here for a while, I guess, that would even be drawn to do this. It's not really made for, it's made for those of us curious to know more about why we're here. What can we do with these crazy times? How can we have our roots holding us? How can we work with energies that keep us centered, focused, and enlivening and enlarging our lives? At least that's where I think I'm going with, that's where I'm going with my own journey. And I like the company that I've kept and I'm keeping through these videos. I do sense a growing community around these. And again, there's so much out there that's available to be a part of. This might be the corner of the internet and the Ethernet, so to speak, that you've come to know and feel comfortable with in the opportunities of experiencing lunar and beautiful energies of the natural cycles, how it is we fit into them. So with that, I probably have said quite enough, but I'm going to pose to you before we center ourselves a little bit more, a couple of questions to ponder and see if there is something of the question that piques or perks your interest, peaks or perks, not sure which is better, it doesn't matter. And see if that's a question to take into the time. We are in the spring. The seeds that were planted at the previous new moon and at the beginning of this year are beginning to take root. What in your inner garden is taking root? What is seeking growth? This is a year that is encouraging knowing. The answer to explore more these questions. If something comes to mind, something that you know you would like to know more about, seek guidance for how to nurture this growth. There are helpers out there, whether it be in a community of people, literally as this is, your elemental guides and allies. I am blessed with so many here myself that help guide me in this exact journey. So with that, we'll take some time now to ground and center with our breath. Move into a quiet time of possibly clock time, 8 to 10 minutes. That more or less is what usually presents itself. And then I'll quietly summon you to the end and back. But first, relax more completely wherever it is that you're sitting and whatever time that it may be. Because as you hear this as a video recording, you are brought into alignment and resonance with this very hour, this very day once again, and with the people who are joining here tonight with one another. So that the energy and the power of it are available no matter what the calendar or clock says. You can ignore that altogether. So here we are. Sit comfortably. Let your energy, your shoulders drop down. We're going to do a little gentle, full breathing. Breathing in through your mouth at the pace which feels right. Try not to rush it and breathe in through your mouth into your chest. And the first one or two, it's not as deep as it could be. And you said it wrong. Breathe in through your nose. Tweaking that. Breathe in through your nose gently, fully. Let your chest expand on the in-breath. And out. Breathing out. Exhaling them once or twice and releasing any irksome, bothersome something that might be still lingering from the day. Just let it go. Be here now. Breathe in gently and deeply. Let your belly expand. Breathe deeply into your chest and belly. And then out. Relaxing more with each out breath. Feel yourself sinking more deeply, completely into yourself, into your seat, and let the energy travel down from your heart. On the next breath, let it travel down through into the soles of your feet. Feel the energetic connection to Mother Earth, always below and beneath you, a gravitational embrace, part of each and every second of your earthly time. You'll be breathing in again and just following that energy down. And now let that energy descend into Mother Earth, no matter how far down in a literal way she is, from the soles of your feet. It tinkles down through your Earth Star connection. And let that energy from your heart just keep dropping down deeply into Mother Earth. She is waiting to welcome this energetic connection you are offering her from your heart. And then as you're aware of that energy descending, picture it now as your roots. Your beautiful roots that connect you with Mother Earth. They will present themselves to you in some sense of energy or some image of some sort. If it's your tree friend who's inspired your connection to the earth, it's certainly exactly the same. Tree roots to Mother Earth, connecting beautiful trees and their trunks and leaves and branches. Your roots connecting your torso, your arms, your beautiful head and energetic force and field above your head. Feel all of that dropping down once more through your heart, through the soles of your feet, deeply in communion and connection now with Mother Earth. You might see it as a ball of light, but you will feel very much how she has embraced your vibrant, energetic presence. And enjoy that sense of her gravitational embrace. It is an embrace that you can refresh at any moment in time during the day when you begin to feel ungrounded, a little bit off balance. Sink into your heart, into the earth beneath your feet, your Earth Star chakra. She is waiting to renew that connection. Now bring that vibrant energy up. See it as maybe a tingle or a sparkle coming back up through your legs, through your torso to your heart. And now allow that beautiful gathered energy to fountain up through your shoulders, through your throat chakra, your third eye, out through the top of your head, and see it as a fountain of light, bringing up as it has from Earth that beautiful energy sorted and filtered through you out into the universe, and send that beautiful, beautiful, vibrant light into the net of love and light activated around this earth. Knowing that vibrant in the sky are the energies of the Aries New Moon. Allow that mingling to occur. She's been with us all through our waking hours of this day, and no matter when it is you're recalling this day, she's infusing your energetic presence, Grandmother Moon, Aries New Moon, with this vibrant force. Allow that energy to return to you in your personal presence like a tree, down through the top of your crown chakra, and once more into your heart. And it is from this place of fiery force, this beautiful fire of life centered within ourselves and our earthly person, the seat of our soul, that we will move into quiet reflection on those things we have heard, those messages seeking us, that quiet time to be deeply within ourselves, within the energies of earth, sky, and self. Let it be so. On your next in-breath, gently become more aware of your surroundings once again. Your feet on the floor, your breath, breathing in peace, breathing out love. Something you can continue beyond this time together. What was seeking us in our time together, may it stay with you in helpfulness and vibrant presence in the days and weeks to come. We are so supported in these times, as challenging as they may be, as we pass through the portal to the other side and the coming weeks of the month of this part of the year of 2023. We give thanks for the community of people who have found their way to be here with one another, present through these times in person, be it Zoom or later in the recordings. I thank you so much for joining in, for opening to that which has called you here. May you be well and in peace and well-being in these weeks to come. It is with much gratitude. I thank you again for joining us tonight. Look forward to welcoming you in April on the second of the Aries New Moons, which is extraordinarily unique in and of itself. So for now, take good care. Sending much love from Light Spring Glen, where I call home. That's what we have for this gathering. Thank you so much. Bye for now.